Hi, my name is Phillips. This is my speech over sports culture for the American edition. Before we get started, this is my audience member, Jed Newton, and here we go. So, growing up, I can always remember getting in the car, being from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was about a 2-hour drive to get to this beauty of a stadium, and I always remember getting ready, seeing Fayetteville, driving through Fayetteville, and just getting excited to see a conference matchup between the Razorbacks and whoever they were playing that week. And that was just always a big thing for me and my family growing up. And I just enjoyed it. And that's part of being American. I believe, sports is a huge thing for everyone. And examples like that is what creates the identity of American culture for sports. And, it's had huge impacts on creating the identity, such as this. This is the Washington Redskins stadium, more formally known now as the Washington football team. And this is typically an everyday thing for NFL. Obviously, COVID has changed a lot of those things, but that's a normal identity. When any foreigners, when they think about sports in America, that's what they think, the American flag. And for example, one of the biggest, most watched sporting events and television things in America is easily the Super Bowl. That's as American as it gets. And most watched sporting event. This is an article from Bleacher Report. What binds the more than 300 million Americans together in a shared civic identity throughout history, sports have played a crucial role in helping establish this identity. And this identity is usually that America is a huge sports fan and sports culture. And it's obvious nobody does sports better than America. I believe, we basketball, football, baseball, we have it all, and we played at the highest level professionally. As you can see, these are fans. That's the Duke Crazies, the Green Bay Packers, Buffalo Bills, you name it. America has it. And a lot of fans to these days can side with other players and teams, and they can see hard work, and that's what these possesses. So some of the cities, like Buffalo, Green Bay, they're a hard-working blue-collar class. And they want to side with the team that shows that exact trait, and that's a big thing for them. And now, to this day, sports have always brought together people, and that's one big thing that I think that creates sports culture in America that makes it so important. For example, you see kids with their grandparents, people having the time of their lives. And this is an article from North Point Now. Since sports are richly integrated in society, they have helped bring people together. They allow people from different walks of life to share bonding experiences supporting their team. Now, with the times that we're in, things have gotten really shaky with that kind of stuff. And sports, you can see people of all genders, races, religions, anything. And they are supporting their teams, whether you're a fan of the NBA, NFL, MLB, you name it. There's everyone in those stands supporting and having the time of their lives. And one of the cool things I will always see is going to the games, especially football games, you'll see grandparents taking their grandchildren to their first sporting events for the first time and hearing them explain how to play that game and just watching the kids have their time of their life. That is amazing. Now, another thing that I want to bring up is the sports back then was very, very racially secluded. And one of the main sport figures in our time, in our lives, is easily Jackie Robinson, who, when he first started playing for the Dodgers, was booed, was ridiculed, was screamed at, so many nasty things. If you haven't seen that movie, I would definitely check it out. But it was nasty. He didn't deserve that at all. And now he's immortalized, and he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, baseball player of all time to ever play the game. And definitely he was the first colored player to make it to the MLB and was a huge stepping stone for other races to get into the game of baseball, which was predominantly just white. Again, I'll show a chart right here. This is a percentage from 1946 to 2016 as the times are changing. It's showing the switch of races. So red is whites, green is blacks, purple is Latinos, and orange is Asian. Now, obviously, you can still see white is predominantly the stronger and more heavy race when it comes to MLB and the presence of that. But you can also see the the gradual increase in all races, with blacks and Latinos mainly carrying that fate. Now, Latinos such as David Ortiz, Albert Pujols, those are two of the most major baseball players in our time of my life growing up, who have, really became big figures in the baseball world and our culture and who they are. And it's really amazing to see how times have changed, and it's simply for the better. Now, another thing with that, LeBron James and Colin Kaepernick, they've become huge political figures in our today's world, and kids look up to them all the time. It's simply amazing. Now, again, I'll reiterate and recap. I've talked about how America is a sports culture, and that's created a huge identity for people who can rely on sports to get in anything bad or good. And also, sports in a societal way with fans and how they can unite with one another, and racial equality. Again, I hope you can agree with me that sports culture is a big culture and it's a big identity for America. Thank you.